Hey, Facebook. I'm sorry I'm a little late.
YouTube.
I'm so confused. We started this up, and I actually said it, and we went live on Facebook first. That was a big mistake. So forgive me. This software is supposed to be able to go live simultaneously on Facebook and on YouTube. And I had been trying experimenting with it earlier today, and it didn't really work that way. So I ended up doing this on Facebook, thinking I was going on YouTube. And now I'm here. I'm on YouTube. So we'll kind of go over everything we talked about before. Operator error. Too much technology. Anyway, okay. Now Gary's followed us. Gary, thank you for following us over from YouTube. Would y'all from Facebook? Would you tell everybody on Facebook that we're now up on YouTube? Anybody who's tuning in, that will help us out. I'm confused. I'm glad you're not. Okay, what were we talking about? Well, we were talking about the week ahead. There goes Bo. He wants us to take us for a walk, so we can't be lollygagging around here. He's telling us the week ahead, and then the week we just had. We just returned from North Carolina, where we spent pretty much a week in around the area of Bryson City, North Carolina.
And a fun time was had. It was the most active gathering that we've ever been to. There was whitewater rafting, tubing, zip line, and a train ride. Now, this gathering is one of our road trekking gatherings. They're open to anybody, no matter what kind of an RV you have. This was the fifth one we've done. The fifth one for this year.
Yeah, we've got a couple of more that's coming up in a little while. So we'll be doing those, and those are always fun. We'll give you the details on those. They're I think one of them is full, and the other one is still has some openings, but you can find out at the Road Trekking website if you go to our website, roadtrekking.com, and search for gatherings. But we had a ball. We did pretty much everything we wanted, except we did not go whitewater kayaking, did we?
No, we didn't.
And I'm going to show you why we didn't do that, because, it was like this. This is the Nantahala River, and we'd gone down on Monday afternoon, the day before we were supposed to get on the river, to watch everybody come in and get some video, and I slow-moed this so you can see. One person is already over, and they're at the top of this falls. This, by the way...
This was only a level 4.
Only? It goes only to 5 or 6, so it's a pretty stiff one.
Well, I thought it was pretty stiff for me.
Yeah, she's out and tried to roll back up, back under. The second one is under. This woman thinks she's got it made, except no, she's going under. And underwater they are. If you look at that, this is slow motion, so you can actually see it all. They're moving pretty fast. It's a pretty rocky river.
And they're having a ball.
They're having a ball. She's trying to get up. And what they're trying to do is roll up and over so the kayak comes up. She almost gets it this way, but not quite enough of that upper body strength that you need to pull it over. And these two are out of their kayaks. They abandoned ship, and they're floating down with the current. And there are tenders there who will pick them up, and they're able to get back. But,
and that water temperature, wasn't it about 54 degrees?
It was 54 degrees. So we had a lot of fun watching that, and then when it was time to go the next day, Jennifer said...
No.
No. But our people all went down in rafts, big yellow rafts, and I don't think they didn't tip over like that.
They didn't tip over, but we know the story of one tale of hitting a rock, and one person
fell out. They
got
him back in.
Another person got a little whiplash.
Yep, and they got him back in, and it was pretty fine. Let's see. Olive says, you zip-lined. How was that? Well, I am so glad, Olive, that you asked, because I've got a couple pictures loaded. We did go zip-lining. This is an interesting zip-line here. This zip-line that they have, I just lost that. There it is. That zip-line that they have is one of the longest around that region of the country. It's 1.5 miles long. And it is 350 feet above the forest, the rainforest there in the Smoky Mountains. And at the top speed, I went 55 miles an hour. That's our crew. That's me hooking up. And that's Leanne and Randy and Chris back there. And that's Rick. And that's Clay. That was part of some of the people in our gathering. And we had a great time. I went up on the longest platform, and you can see how high we are. And this is the Smoky Mountains all behind us, and it was just a great time. And off we went, zooming through the trees. And,
but you did say it was so fast you couldn't really see.
Well, you could, but you're looking down, and I was going 55 miles an hour, and the guy kept saying, you got to watch the tender signal, and he's giving you the signal to hit the brake, and you do the brake by holding the cable
right
behind you. And so, you're all a little nervous, but I got it all on video. I was wearing, as you could see, a GoPro camera.
And this was your first time doing this.
Yeah.
And you did 1.5 miles with 8 different segments in it.
Yeah, that was pretty.
So you got 8 zip lines.
We got 8 zip lines. It was pretty fun. Olive says, "Holy cow, I'd be scared." Well, there you go.
What did they say? A third of the people that go up there don't complete it?
Yeah, they said that about a third, just that's too much for them. And a couple of them, you get up there and you realize how high up off the ground. But all in our group went. We had a great time. Here's somebody who doesn't like these live shots. They're going to unring the bell. Well, that's okay. Bye-bye. And Pamela saw the video and says, yikes. And there's somebody that says they're glad we're on. Thank you, Jerry. We appreciate that. So it was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed the zip line. Maureen asked, are they pack rats on the rapids? No, these were just people who were recreationally doing it and then coming back off. They weren't any rafts, packing camping gear or anything, because you don't camp on that river. I suppose you could, but we sure didn't see it. And Becky loves the live stream, so I'm glad. Ring the bell, because that guy didn't like it, and he's going to give it the thumbs down. So I need you guys to give us a thumbs up, so we can get some thumbs up. I really appreciate it. So we had a great time, and it was good. Want to give you a warning, though, that we found out from up there, and that has to do with ticks.
It's a bad year for ticks. They're all over the country. One of the people that went on our group with us, he found, was it 8?
Six or eight.
6 or 8 ticks.
One he said was in his hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
they're out there.
And we have been now pretty much all over the country, and everywhere we've gone, they've said
it's a lot of ticks this year.
One of the worst years ever. And of course, ticks,
long pants, long sleeve shirts, and you got to look for them.
Yep. And we have. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the podcast coming up on Wednesday.
And check your pet. You got your
dog.
Oh
yeah, that's many of you people get ticks because your dogs get them on them. Even if you give your dog tick medicine, which we do, the ticks still kind of run around on the dog, and hey, they go to us, and so that's what they do.
We had a couple of them in our RV when we were in North Dakota.
Yeah. Gary says, what are the weight limits on the zip lines? 250 pounds, Gary. That's you can't go on if you're any bigger than that.
And then there has to be some kind of minimum too.
I think you got to be 12 years old or so, because these are pretty hardcore zips, and it's pretty nice.
I think you got to have some weight too.
A little bit of weight helps. They said some of the really light people can't get quite, particularly that long one. That's one stretch that's over a quarter mile long.
Hand over hand.
Yeah, then you got to do a James Bond type thing, and that's kind of hard. Jerry P says, "Where did you stay there?" We stayed in the Smoky Mountain Meadows campground, right in Bryson City. And it was a nice, real nice campground.
Nice people that run it.
Yeah.
Clean shower area.
Yep, it was great.
Picnic tables, fire pits. It was nice. Little creek going through the middle of it.
All right, good. See, I'm feeling better because that one guy doesn't like it, and I was about ready. Well, maybe we shouldn't do these live stuffs, but we're hearing good from you. Thank you, Pamela. Ring the bell. Love this live talk. I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. We got lots of questions. I want to just give you a couple updates tomorrow. I think tomorrow we're starting a new video feature starring you. Jennifer's Quick RV Tips, and I think that's coming up on our YouTube channel here tomorrow morning, I believe. If it's not tomorrow, it's next Monday. That'll be every Monday. We do our video interview of the week, and we've got a really good one that's coming up on Wednesday, and it's also the video interview of the week for the podcast, and it's about the different stages of RVing. We had a lot of fun with that. We had a great interview with a friend of ours out in Montana. And you'll enjoy that. See, maybe you'll learn some stuff about the different stages, and I think you'll find it interesting. And then Thursday, we're working on our video of the week, and the major video is going to be about Theodore Roosevelt National Park, one of our favorite places. It's a park that doesn't get a lot of respect, but my goodness, it's fun. And we had a lot of fun. We went into the nearby town of Medora. We went out boot scooting and attended the Medora Musicale, which is a really root-tootin' musical variety show, and we'll have some highlights of that.
It's old-fashioned entertainment.
But good, really good, high quality, beautiful outdoor theater set. You're going to really enjoy that. So that's our video of the week coming up Thursday.
And when we first got there and we were first seated, there were 2 huge elk that were right behind the set, because this is all outdoors. And I was looking at the 2 elk and just enjoying watching them munching on the green stuff. And then a cowboy came and chased them off.
Yeah, so that's what's coming up this week. We will be leaving tomorrow, home one day. We're leaving tomorrow for Cambridge, Ontario, and we will be in the Bingaman's Campground. A couple of you have asked where it's going to be, and that's in Kitchener, Ontario. And we're staying there a couple of days this week. We're up to do another session. We do a little seminar, a little teaching session at Owners Academy for the Road Trek Motorhome owners that Road Trek Motorhome puts on. We had us in April, and they invited us back, and we had a great time, so we're going back. And then we leave there. I think we have to leave there early, probably Wednesday, and then we're off right away to
Memphis, where I just checked the weather, and it's 107.
Oh, it's a good thing we got air conditioning. Speaking of which, we gave the air conditioning in our Road Trek CS Adventures XL a really good workout. And I actually did some timing on it. When we were ziplining, the day we were ziplining, it was like 94 degrees outside. And so I turned the air on at about 1 o'clock when we got to the ziplining place. And when I came back at 7, it was still on and still keeping us cool. Part of it's that great volt start system in which when the batteries get a certain level, the engine kicks on and charges them back up again. But we felt really good about that because as we travel with Bo and when we go out and do various things and we leave him for a couple hours, we want to make sure the air conditioning's on. So we're taking the air conditioner to Memphis. Actually, we're taking it to go do some tailgating and attend our 12-year-old grandson's Little League, Dizzy Dean League, Little League type games. They're in the World Series for that league, right?
Right. So we're going to be sitting out there.
And then we'll use the road truck. We'll just leave that air on and go cool off.
The game's over. We'll go run to the road truck.
All right. So that's what's up for us this week. Canada tomorrow, and then later in the week, Memphis. So no, as you said in the podcast, no grass that's growing under our wheels, right?
Right.
All right. Questions now. Ask us anything time. Tutu Rah Rah says, will there be a winter road trek outing this year? Well, we've been talking a lot about that, and I think we've decided, yes, we're going to go back, even though this is not probably one of the official road trekking gatherings. At least Jennifer and I are going to go back to Tequamanon Falls. We've made that a tradition. This will be the 5th year in a row, 5th or 6th year. And we don't want to give that up. That's just a lot of fun, and 2.5 foot of snow, and cross-country skiing if you want, or snowshoeing. And I know there's a bunch of you out there who've asked us about that, but we are going to do it. This is a little different because it's not as organized as the official, if there is such a thing as official road trekking gatherings. I'll post on the blog the dates. It's probably going to be a little earlier in the week. I don't have our calendar. A little earlier in January. I think it's the second weekend of January.
I think it's the second weekend because the third weekend is Tampa.
Third weekend, we got to go to Tampa to an RV show, and then we do have an official gathering that's the week after that in Florida. So the winter camp out the second weekend of January, and I will post on the blog, and actually I will post in the newsletter that comes out a week from tomorrow all the details on that. The newsletter will get it first. So. Yes, second week of January to Tequamanon Falls. We're going back.
I got to get my snow fix in, and we got to let our poor sled dog have some snow.
Yep, we just love doing that, so that will be fun. Jennifer, question for you. Lori, hi Jennifer, do you like your galley behind the driver? Does it matter?
I don't think it matters at all. Of course, I've never had one on the other side, so I don't have any problem with it. I can see out the back windows. I can use the side mirrors. The side mirrors are absolutely awesome. I wish every car had as good a mirrors as what we have with our RV.
Yeah. I think they've always been on that side, but
so I've never had it the other side.
Yeah. So,
but I can see when I'm driving. I can see out the back windows in the back, and like I say, the mirrors are incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy. Mike says, love all your videos. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate you saying that. I'm having a ball putting them together. I've got like 10. We just keep finding more videos that we're shooting. So I almost need bad weather so I better watch what I wish for. I need just this black out some time. It takes, 15, 20 hours to edit one of our major Thursday videos. And we're trying to bring on some extra editing help, and I'm all excited about that. All right, back to the ticks that we were talking about. Some comments. The senior thrifter says possums eat 3,000 to 4,000 ticks per week.
Wow.
We need to get us a pet possum, dear.
We do.
I think that's really good. Olive says maybe she'll buy a possum. That's pretty good. Olive also notes with our love for Theodore Roosevelt's National Park that Teddy Roosevelt saved the national parks. He did indeed. Mm-hmm. Very interesting story. We read his biography this year, and he's a very interesting president. Went out there actually because he wanted to kill a bison before they were extinct, and he did. But in that process, he fell in love with the land. He started a ranch, and he ended up becoming our greatest conservationist president ever. And they have a whole bunch of information about him out there. If you're looking for something to do, get his biography. I think it's called Dawn on Horseback. I think it's called. That's the one about his early years. Really a fascinating biography. It's a great audiobook if you can pick it up and listen to it in your travels. I think you'll really like that. Let's see. I'm looking for questions. We got Tom saying hi from Traverse City, Michigan. We've got the Mino Ferry finally found you after the Facebook a few minutes ago. Yep. I turned this on and I went to Facebook instead of here. I'm sorry, but I'm glad some of you have followed us over. Is that a pencil drawing of Bo behind you? Yeah, it is. And I'm trying to start a business for my granddaughter. My granddaughter, Wawa, is quite the artist. And yeah, she did this. This is Bo. Isn't he great? So what I'm telling her, and if people are interested, let me know. I'm telling her that people, if she drew their dogs next to their RVs.
She would need a picture of the RV and the dog.
Yeah, and I think,
Or else just a dog if you want the dog.
I'm telling her she could probably charge, I don't know, $19.95. How's that? That sounds right. And wouldn't you like? I'd like that. So I'm going to have her do one for me. But yeah, that's Bo, done by our granddaughter.
Our granddaughter Wawa just turned 15.
Just turned 15, and I'm trying to get her to art school. So, do you think that's a good idea? Would people pay that? Anyway, send me a picture of your dog in front of your RV, and I'll figure out a way to charge you $19.95. I don't know how to do it, but hey, Wawa wants to do it. It's better than babysitting, right? Right? That's what she's doing.
I don't know. I think kids get about $10 an hour now.
I think she does. That's pretty good. Olive notes that Teddy Roosevelt hung. Hey, Bo, we're talking about you. There he is. He's got his curly tail in there between us.
Yeah, I know. It's time for a walk.
Yeah, this is his time for a walk. He doesn't know why we're talking to you people like this. He's got things to do. Let's see. Do you have any problems with your road trek that you don't talk about? Do we have any problems with our road trek that we don't talk about? Probably. I don't know. What don't we talk about?
Well, we had 2 prototypes, the last 2, and this one.
Yeah, this one is a production vehicle.
Like, whoa, everything works.
The prototypes, the reason we had those is to sort of try them out and find out what didn't work. So there were a lot of things that we found issues with that they fixed that now on your production vehicles they work great. The one we have now is a production vehicle, and it's been great. I mean, just great. I can't think of anything that we've had a real issue with it at all. So
the only thing, a 4x4 is a little more bouncy.
4x4 is very bouncy.
And the step is higher to get in.
It's about that much higher off the ground. And, it's already about that much, so you found
I need a step.
Yep, so we had to get a step. And, hey, look at that. Olive says she'd like a picture like that. Help me set a price, people. Is $19.95 a good price, do you think?
Well, you started
or $29.95. I don't know.
Maybe today only they're $19.95.
Yeah, today only. she needs a picture of your dog or your cat
if you
in
want
front of your
by themselves,
in front of your RV.
By your RV.
Yeah, if you just want a picture of your dog, same price.
And you got to do it before school starts.
Yeah, so
when she gets busy.
I'm gonna. I'll set. If you really want this, you guys know how to reach me, and I'll figure out a way to help her work it out. So that's pretty good. So that's.
I have no idea how much time it takes her to do that.
Here's a note from Megan Bouchard from Rochester Hills. Thought it was funny. Too many places to post for you guys. Oh, you're talking about when I went on Facebook and when I went on YouTube. Oh, we went straight at 7 o'clock when we were on Facebook. And let me just explain. I'm not as dumb as I appear to be. Well, maybe I am, but I could have been dumber. The reason why is the software I have is supposed to go live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Periscope on Twitter all at the same time. Isn't that great? It's called Ecamm, and I have the beta version. The problem is there's absolutely no support for it. So I can go live on Twitter and YouTube. I figured that out, but I can't figure out how to get Facebook into that mix. And I've asked a million questions. I'm not getting any answers, but somehow you're supposed to be able to do that. And so that's why I thought I had it set for all three, but it was just Facebook. Anyway, so now I'm back just on YouTube. I hope that makes sense. Olive says PayPal. Yep, PayPal will work, and I'll have to figure out a way to. I guess if y'all want this, here's the deal: send me an email, and let me give you my email address here, and then I will figure out how to do this. There is my email address right there. So you can send me an email that you want the dog picture, 1995, and you can also send that stuff, and I'll figure a way to you can PayPal it. It might have to be more than 1995 though, because PayPal takes a cut out of it. So somebody set up a price over there. Tell me a price, and I'll work on it. So I'll leave that email up there for a while. Oh, look at that. Jerry says the price would be more like $75. Ooh. Hey, I'm getting in on that.
You're going to take up sketching?
Yeah. I think, that she's a kid, so I don't want to have her that's a lot, but I don't know. $29.95, how's that?
I have no idea how long it takes her to do this.
It takes her quite a while. I mean, it takes her half a day at least of doing it. So
everybody listening to all this.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I'm just, how did I get on this thing? Anybody? Jerry says that's excellent artwork. Well, thank you. It is. So, if you want to send me a note, and then I'll let you all know it. Okay, so Mike says he's currently looking for a CS Adventurous XL non 4x4. Mike, we started to talk about that. That's probably the only downside we have. Is ours is the 4x4, and besides that extra height, the suspension is really bad.
I would suggest, if at all possible, before you buy an RV, that you take turns riding, have somebody drive it, and you sit in the back and see what you think of the ride.
Yeah, it's very hard to find a 4x4 now in a Sprinter, so that's probably a moot point. And it's really been our experience. We do a lot of boondocking. We've never really needed the 4x4 traction. We really haven't. I do like the extra ground clearance when I'm going down, 2-track roads in the woods, but it's pretty good. Here's a question. This is a question for a podcast. I wonder if you have any advice for someone intimidated about buying an RV. Car buying experience haunts me. Any advice? I love all that you do. Karen, I have a really good podcast episode on that, and I don't know. Maybe somebody out there can do some quick research and find it on our podcast. Let's go to our roadtrekking.com/podcast. It was about last fall, early last fall. I did an interview with an automotive sales consultant who does seminars all over for car salesmen. Well, he bought an RV, bought a Class B RV, as a matter of fact. And in that process, he noted how much more difficult the buying process now is for RVs. Now, he says, it's like the car business used to be. Right now, the car business is cleaned up, but the RV business can be very confusing. So he did a really good interview about how you determine the price that you should offer, whether you negotiate or not. He says you don't. You offer a price and you're prepared to walk away. And what things not to get, because they all try to talk you into things like extra paint protection and extra tire stuff, and that's where they really make their money. But anyway, that's in one of our past podcast episodes, and because I'm on here, I can't look it up for you. But it was sometime last fall, so maybe somebody online, Karen, can find that. So stay tuned, and if they find that, they'll post a link and let me know. It would be pretty good. Joe says, now that you're using lithium batteries, what have you learned about them? They're powerful, Joe. What have we learned? We love them because they are so powerful. That's what
We have lithium now?
Yeah, we've always had lithium.
Okay, I didn't know if
not in our first one. Yeah.
Okay.
We have lithium. We have I think 10,000 or 1,000 watts of lithium batteries, and we've got 200 watts of solar that trickle charge them when we're boondocking. So we like it. A lot of people talking about the difference between Facebook and YouTube. Bobby says that I'm trying to bring him up here. How come I can't get this to show up? There we go. I only do YouTube. Too much drama on Facebook, he says. Sometimes it gets real crazy on Facebook. I know that. I have some moderators for our Facebook group, and these are the best. Oh my gosh, we just love our moderators. You wouldn't believe the stuff that people try and post on Facebook. It's pretty. They just do a great job. So a shout out if any of our monitors are watching us. Thank you very much on our Facebook group, Road Trekking, .com or Facebook.com/groups/Road Trekking. I can't remember all these URLs. So that's pretty good. And let's see. Gary Martin is telling me I'm in the wrong business. 20 hours per video, 20 hours per pencil sketch. Well, it might work out. It's probably about the same thing. Really, it probably is. Telling a visual story. That's very funny. Didn't think about that. Okay, we're getting prices for... This is great. $29.95, probably more like $49.95. Great artist. This is Wawa. Wawa is, her name is, I should type it in here. It's, my granddaughter's name is, here it is, Wawa. And she is, she's 15 years old. And we just love her like crazy, and just had her birthday, and she is such a good artist. So that's pretty good. Karen says, I have listened to most of your podcast and vaguely remember that show. I'll go back and find it and re-listen. But don't be, you do need to do your homework when you buy an RV, Karen. What advice would you give Karen about, you know what it's like in some of those dealerships? Some of them are really high pressure.
I always say go to a big show like Hershey, Tampa, one of the big shows. Go to a big show where you can see lots of different things. And you're going to get pressured by salespeople to buy stuff. You have to do your homework. You have to be prepared. Because it's just like buying a car. They're going to lean on you. Yeah.
And let's face it, sometimes they take advantage of women who are shoppers.
Hello, Mr. Bo.
Although about a third of many of the buyers, I would guess a third are women, solo women travelers that are buying and using RVs. So you can take it. Okay, here we go. Maureen says it's buying an RV is episode number 122. So what you would do is you go to roadtrekking.com/122. You can always find our episodes, the episode number, just roadtrekking.com/122, and you'd find it. And
then also about a reputable dealer.
Yes, you want to pick a reputable dealer. There are some scandalous stories out there about a lot of them. Lillian asked, the good deals are at a show. Well, that's been our fault. Now, not every show... They
don't want to drive them home.
Yeah, they drive them all the way out there. They don't want to drive them home. We go to a number... Hershey is America's... Look at the dog. He's wandering back.
Bo is having
Come
a
on,
fit. It's his time.
Yeah.
He goes to bed at 8.
So yeah, he does. The sun's getting... He says, come on, time's wasted here. Dogs are a lot smarter, aren't they? He doesn't know who. Look at him. He's just wandering.
His routine. He's very upset that
this is because we're not taking him for a walk.
Yep.
Hershey. We will be at the Hershey show, by the way, right?
We will be.
That's in September. Here, Bo. Say hi to everybody. Say hi.
He says, this is my time.
The Hershey show is, they say, America's largest in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's in, I think, September 12th, 13th, someplace in there it opens. Isn't that it?
I think it's the 12th to the 15th or 16th. I should know.
Yep. So Anyway, we'll be there. We'll let you know. We're going to be there a couple of days, and we'll be there at a certain time. I'm getting email from people. I'll pay more than $19.95. All right, we're going to set the price, $29.95, and we'll see how she does with it.
I wish I had my phone here. I'd text Lola.
Yeah, we should have her. You got to call Wendy or Mom and have her take it. So the good deals, Lillian, are at a show, and you can usually find the best pricing because they don't want to drive it back. And as the advice we had in episode 122 is do some research because you can find out what they're selling for roughly. Figure a fair price. Remember, you want a good relationship with that dealer that you choose, and and make sure that you'll get either a priority or VIP service because you're a customer of theirs, and make them your price offer. You do not have to negotiate, and don't buy any of the extras. Most of those extras are just extra profits for the dealer, and like extended warranties, all that stuff. It's just not a good deal. Okay, we got another one. Here it is. Boy, you guys are great researchers. Terry says it's episode 159, how to shop for and get the absolute best deal on your next RV. That is it, Terry. So roadtrekking.com/159. And Terry, if you were here right now,
Careful
just
the
for doing
picture.
that, careful
Don't
the
wreck
Wawa
that
Fisher,
picture.
you'd get a brand new, road trekking
Well, no, that's not nice.
RV lifestyle hat. But
If
you're
you
not
were
here,
here.
so I got to wear it. So what can I say? Hey, speaking of hats and shirts, we got a store that's going to be starting fairly soon. A merch store. Everybody keeps wanting to know where they can get this stuff. And we printed stuff up for ourselves, and now we're just going to make it available for everybody. I'll let you know. That's coming in a week or two. So episode 159, that's where to hear that. So we got a question about the school at Road Trek. Is it free for the owners? No, it's... I don't know what they charge. They're sold out for this year. They're doing 3 sessions this year, and they sold them out right away. But they get camping, they get a big meal, and they get some gifts, and they get special service on their vehicles if they have anything that needs fixed. It's a great deal for the owners.
It's something new, and there were only like 18 people at the last one.
Yeah, they keep it slow. So
18, one couldn't come, so there was only like 17 people.
Yeah, and it's pretty neat. So
they're just kind of figuring it out right now.
They are, but so there'll be more next year, and they announced that on their own website. I don't have anything to do with it other than
They invited us to come.
They invited us to come, and we had a great time.
So we didn't have anything to do, so we thought, yeah, we'll come.
Yeah, we didn't have anything to do. Little did we know. Heidi wants a hat. Love you guys. Well, Heidi, as soon as that store is open, I'll let you know. I'm on the people who are setting it up all the time, and they're trying to get it set up. And once it's set up, it should be in the next week or two. They keep telling me that. Just like we didn't tell them about the book we've got coming. And the book is free, so I'm not trying to sell anything, but we're putting together a book based on our experience with Bo and our previous dog, Ty, and based on the stuff many of you have shared with us. It's going to be a guide to RVing with dogs. Now, I know some of you have cats, but the vast majority travel with dogs. Some of you have multiple dogs. We did a survey, and almost 70% travel with a pet, usually a dog.
And that's why you bought an RV.
Yeah, that's what many people say, that they bought an RV because they could take their animal with them. So we're going to do that. We're going to have a guide to that. I'm really excited about it, and it's getting put together real quick, and it'll be free. So we're not after. We just want it to be good, and we'll let you know when that's out as well, and it will be pretty good. Hats are also $29.95. No.
But make sure you get a good quality hat, Mike.
That's a good hat.
Is that a good hat?
That is a great hat.
You're the hat wearer.
Yeah, I love this hat. Well, I don't like those flat billed hats. I like this one because it's got the little baseball cap, and that's a great color. And I love that blue. Although I'm going to get a couple of different shades of blue. And our logo. Don't we have a cool logo? That's a great logo. All right. So anyway, hats are not $29.95. Got a hat head now. All right, so I think that's about it. We're kind of running out of questions from you guys, and we had a lot of fun, as always, being here.
And Bo's running out of patience.
All right, now you're getting silly. A hat with a pencil sketch on it. No. That's a separate deal.
I was waiting for somebody to say they want a hat with the picture. 2 for 1.
Brian says we'll buy it. Well, gee, that's good. I wish I had this store working. It would be a lot of fun. Let's see. What else did we want to talk about? I'm looking at my list. We mentioned ticks again, and I don't want to overstate that, but ticks are really nothing to mess with. They've been shown again and again. Lyme disease is a very serious illness. A lot of suffering with that disease. And ticks are the way most people contract Lyme disease, through a tick bite. So ticks out of control all over the country. So if you go outside, you're doing a lot of hiking, wear long sleeve shirts, long sleeve pants. Get one of those tick removal tools. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow is our newsletter. If you are not a part of our road trekking community, we invite you to join that. It's absolutely free. We send out a free newsletter with RV news and tips and information like on the ticks that we just talked about. That goes out every Monday, first thing in your mailbox on Monday morning. It's free, but you do have to subscribe, and you do that through the roadtrekking.com website. If you go to our RV lifestyle blog, it's right there. It's roadtrekking.com. Just go there and scroll around on the right side, and you'll see how you can sign up for the newsletter. And we'll have some information on that tick removal key, and that's how we'll announce the book and all that stuff through that community. It's about 25,000 people now.
Good.
Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
That subscribe to that newsletter. In fact, I got to go work on that after we take the dog for a walk here tonight. Oh my gosh, there's a million classes.
Questions?
Okay, we're talking about the 2019 classes at Road Trek, at the Road Trek Academy. They never tell me this stuff. They say their classes are already waitlisted. That's how many people want to get to them. They keep them closed. So I don't know whether that's true, John. According to Pam is the one who coordinates them there at the Erwin-Heimer Group. So if they're waitlisted, that's how much demand there is. They're really high quality, weeks worth of really great instruction. I would love to see them take it on the road and maybe have one of our road trekking gatherings and open it up to more people and have them do it. But
then they wouldn't get the tour of the factory.
Then they wouldn't get the tour of the factory.
But I think people wouldn't care if they could get the classes.
That's good. Mike says, do you notice that the steering is heavy? No. Still is great. I had the wheels aligned before our travels really began in earnest in May, and steering is not heavy. It handles great. It's a Mercedes, chassis, so in our RV, so it does really good. Gene is asking about the upcoming gatherings. Well, Gene, all the dates have not been firmed up yet. I can tell you that we're doing our Tequamanon Falls one, which will be small, in the winter camping the second weekend of January.
But that's not an official gathering.
Well, it's official if I'm there, if you're there. So we'll be there.
We'll be there.
And I think some of our regulars will be there, because there's just something fun about playing in the snow. Then the first official road trekking gathering next year is, I think, the third weekend in January.
Are you supposed to announce these?
I think we can just say it's going to be somewhere in Florida, in southern Florida. But I don't have the exact dates, so that's it.
What about the two that are left for this year? Can you mention those?
The two this year, there's one in Algonquin Provincial Park in September.
And I think there's a lot of room left in that one.
I don't think so. I thought that was pretty much sold out. I am pretty sure that's...
I thought the other one was the one in the Cattle Drive. I thought that was just about sold out.
No, I think... the Cattle Drive. Yeah, we have a Cattle Drive in Kansas. I'm getting this. There's Gene's question. That's coming up... No, when is that? I don't remember.
I think it's in October.
Cattle Cattle Drive is in October, and the Algonquin is in September.
Oh, that's a cold nose.
So that's coming up.
Cold nose.
And you can get that at roadtrekking.com. Go there and search for gatherings, and you'll find a link to the gatherings we have this year. And the schedule for 2019 has not yet been completely set, so that is not out. And when that is, we'll announce that in the newsletter too, and then it'll be on the blog and all those other things. Roadtrekking.com, and you'll find it. So there you go.
The nose is quite cold here.
My husband asked the name of the beta program. The one I'm using to translate is called eCam. That's ECAMM Live, and this is the beta version of it. You can go search for the beta group on Facebook, and you can ask to join it there. But until I can figure out how to do, I got it because I want to do Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and Periscope, Twitter Live, all simultaneously, and I can't get Facebook to work, and I can't get a hold of their support. So what can I say? All right, so There's somebody who says they're in Palm Beach. Is it there? It's not there. It's going to be south there. It's going to be in the Everglades. I'll just tell you that flat out. It's going to be in the Everglades. That's what we're working on for January. So there you go. I'm all tired out. I got a dog that is right next to us who is really wants to go. Thank you guys so much for being with us on this edition of Ask Us Anything. We hope that you will keep in touch. Let us know what we can do. Again, if you're interested in those sketches, you can. There's the address right there. And please, before you go, give us a thumbs up. YouTube really likes videos that get a thumbs up, and as we're trying to get noticed, thumbs up really count.
That person that wasn't happy, why didn't they just go away?
Because they like to throw nasty talk. There's always a lot of trolls. I think there's more trolls on YouTube than there are on Facebook, but yeah, and we're too thin-skinned, or I'm too thin-skinned when they complain and yell like that. So, but anyway, we'd appreciate it if you would subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and we've got lots of videos coming here now. Jennifer's quick RV tips, that's I think starting tomorrow. Our interview of the week, which runs with our podcast, our video version of the podcast interview, is on Wednesdays. On Thursday, it's our major release of a video. This week, again, will be on Theodore Roosevelt National Park and Medora, and the Medora musical. And then on Sunday night, of course, it's our live Ask Us Anything. That's a lot. And if I had my way, I'd probably do more, but I just don't have time, and it keeps us going. So thank you, guys. We really appreciate you all being with us again. I hope you all have a great week. Stay cool. It's hot everywhere. And how hot is it in Memphis where we're going?
107. I'm a northern girl.
Yeah. The only good thing about Memphis is barbecue. All right. Hey, God bless you all. We'll see you down the road.
Bye-bye.
Happy trails.